Joe, put your left on.
What? And hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Kyle the Pug Sports Review Show, where we talk about the hottest sports topics in all of the sports world, including professional, collegiate, high school, and everything in between. We bring it to you here first on the Sports Review Show. So with that being said, welcome to the Sports Review Show, ladies and gentlemen. I'm, of course, Kyle the Pug, a.k.a. Kyle Lodi, and for those who what happened, there wasn't any Friday show due to personal matters on my end, so I'm not really trying to discuss about it, but we are here, we are live, we're back, and that's just all there is to it. So right now, let's get started with today's show. So that being said, we have an individual who thinks he's superior to everybody else, as always, but at the end of the day, I am there to put him in his rightful place. It's Cowboy Nick.
I don't know, so Merry Christmas, motherfuckers, that's me, Cowboy Nick. Cowboy Nick, don't get I'm Cowboy Nick. Hey, if you're all interested for what I want for Christmas, I want a bag of weed, I want a 12 pack of Miller Lite, and I want Kyle to go out and get me some hookers, and I want to have a party. Yeah, baby!
This guy's a Mormon, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Keep that in mind.
That's right.
He's a Mormon. He's a Mormon, but I don't buy that one bit at all. But anyways, let's get started with today's show, guys. So, of course, our first few topics we're going to be talking about here today involves, of course, the passing of Craig Sager, which we'll talk about that here in a little bit. And, of course, Cowboy Nick's got his whole Hockeytown thing coming up also. But right now, we are going to recap what happened in NFL's Week 15. So should be quite interesting to tell what happened in that week. So we're going to get right to it as soon as I can pop this up for some stupid reason. But before I do, how are you doing, Locke Miller? Are you holding up okay?
I'm doing better than I was Friday night. Believe me, I ain't doing that again. Believe me. After having my 6 of my friends who are all, and I guess they're all ladies, by the way, beat the hell out of me after saying I'm an idiot. You know, I'm not doing that again. So.
Well, anyways, so let's get started with the recap of the Week 15 of the NFL season. And we're coming down to the wire, though, so it's going to be really interesting to see where this goes from there. So we have the Packers and the Bears, which actually was closer than a lot of people thought, which I knew it was, too. The Packers came away 30-27. It was a very close finish between these two teams, which, excuse me, have a really great history with each other.
A great history? You know as well as I do. If you're a Packers fan and you're a Bears fan, you beat the hell out of each other.
Yeah, just like the Ravens and Steelers beat the hell out of each other. Which that matchup is going to happen next week, though, but that's a topic to talk about for another time. So, Matt Barkley, surprisingly, 362 yards, 2 TDs, and yeah, I mean, he's performing, despite the Bears being 3-11, he's performing okay for his standards, but the Packers really do have a bad defensive secondary, so that kind of makes sense if you think about it, but overall, for Matt Barkley, the USC guy, that's not bad. That's not bad at all.
It's not, but it could have been, when you're going to play a team like the Bears, it could have been better.
All right, moving on here to our next game, we have, of course, the Patriots and the Broncos, and the Patriots overcame a slow start to improve to 12-2, winning 16-3 over the Broncos. Kind of an odd little score, but hey, it's a win nevertheless.
Yes, it was, and I have to say this, and I'm going to say this right now, because I know Kyle's not going to say it. Mr. Story, I'm sorry. I thought they were going to win too. I'm sorry. I love you. You're a great teacher. And Kyle,
he's retired
I don't know
now.
Kyle loves you, but yeah, I'm sorry that the Broncos lost. I thought they were going to win too. Please don't hurt me.
All right, speaking of teams in the NFC West, let's go to another game that happened in the AFC West showdown. The Raiders clutching a playoff spot for the first time since 2002, 19-16 over the Chargers. Very impressive by this team and what they've done this season.
Yeah, it's going to be impressive, but you know what? It's like now that they're in the playoffs, now I'm going to say this to everyone. Okay, they did good during the season. Now it's the playoffs. Let's concentrate and see if the Raiders can hold themselves in the playoffs because now you're in the playoffs. It's not these little runs you're going to be playing. You got teams who are hungry and they want to go to the Super Bowl. They're not saying let's just have a big year and all this stuff. No, because they want to go to the Super Bowl and get their game going. Plus now it's not depending on what division you are. Now it's gonna be like this. They have to worry about another team. You have to worry about Dallas. You got that clutching spot as well. So it's gonna be crazy.
That's a different division. We're talking about the Raiders, and the Patriots, and that's supposedly like the rematch from 2001. 15 years. If it happens though, that's if it happens though. But we never know. The playoffs are.
Look who else they're gonna have to face in the playoffs. Think about all the other teams that's gonna be that has a chance to be in the playoffs that they're gonna have to face. You look at that and tell me that it's not gonna be one of those playoff games. It's not gonna be one of those playoffs that you can't say it's gonna be easy for them. It's gonna be.
I never said it was easy for them.
Yeah, they're gonna have to push as hard as they can because when it comes to this playoff, man, it's not teams just saying, okay, let's have a good season. Now it's gonna be teams that are saying, I'm gonna kill you, and I'm gonna take it. If you don't watch your back, I'm gonna take it.
All right, so moving on to another game here. Let's go to a team in the Bay Area that's been absolutely terrible. Hold on, wait. Hold that thought real quick. Because the Falcons, just like they did with the Rams, they upended the 49ers at home. Well, except for the Falcons did that to the Rams on the road. But this time they upended the 49ers at home 41-13. Matt Ryan, 286 yards, 2 TDs. But Devonta Freeman, 139 yards on the ground and 3 touchdowns. So that's really impressive.
I was the entire time watching that game. I couldn't stop laughing, thinking to myself, ha ha Kaepernick, ha ha Kaepernick, ha ha Kaepernick, ha ha Kaepernick.
Well, keep in mind that this is the 12th straight game the 49ers have lost, or the 13th straight game, sorry.
Yeah, they're not the Browns, so they haven't lost 14 yet. So.
Well, speaking of which, though, the Browns just can't catch a break, though. They literally can't. They're on pace for 0-16.
Yeah, they're 0-14, and I just look at this. Now they have to face the Chargers. I'm just thinking of this. Okay, now they're going to face the Chargers on Saturday. What the fuck?
Well, yeah, there's going to be some games Saturday and Sunday, though, too, so bear that in mind also. So, yeah, the Browns, like I said, Robert Griffin III's not saving them, that's for sure. And then LaShawn McCoy ran all over the Cleveland Browns, too, as well. So, 2 touchdowns, 114.
He ran over them?
He ran. That's what I just said. He ran.
The Browns can't do crap this year, or any year, for that matter.
Well, I think the last time they won was Johnny Manziel was quarterback. So, yeah, that kind of explains something for you right there. So, anyways.
And before getting a little off topic, and this is a comedy moment. On Friday as well, me and Uncle Larry went to the bank. We walked in, and this guy who was standing right next to me, I couldn't stop looking at him. And Uncle Larry goes, "What are you looking at?" And I go, "Isn't he supposed to be in Houston with the Rockets?" And he literally looked like you know who from the Rockets. Their star guy from the Rockets.
Okay, well, that was kind of a pointless story, but whatever. We'll move on here. Moving on.
Before we move on, I asked him, I go, "Hey," and people around me started laughing, and even Uncle Larry was laughing. I go, "Hey, aren't you supposed to be in Houston? Aren't you supposed to be in practice with the Rockets?" And he goes, "You know what?" He goes, "I should be, but you know what? I'm not him, but thank you for acknowledging that, and you know what? I get that all the time."
All right, so moving on to our next game, we're gonna talk about like a couple more games really quick. So we're gonna talk about how the Colts ended the Vikings 34-6, and yeah, the Colts. I mean, they're kind of recovering a little bit. They're trying to get some wins under their belt. They're hopefully trying to get at least fight for a wild card spot. But at this point, it's in the last 2 weeks of the season. It's really hard.
It is, but you know what? I think the Colts have a good chance at them because you look at their record. They do have where they're at right now. If they can get at least, I would say, a win on Saturday and a possible win, another possible win, they have a chance for it.
All right, and the last game we're going to be talking about here is, of course, the shootout between the Saints and the Cardinals. Drew Brees, 4 touchdown passes, 389 yards, and then Brandon Cooks with 186 receiving yards and 2 TDs. So Saints on the bigger end of the stick here.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm going to say this. You know, I think the Saints are that team that everyone thought was just going to have a good year, and they were just going to have a good year.
They should be able to have a good year, but they've somehow it's just not always there for them. Their defense is kind of C minus, D plus, and that showed in this game too.
Yeah, it pops up and then it goes up and then it goes down. It goes up and then it goes down. It's like watching a rabbit coming out of its hole.
Well, it's a seesaw. It's an up and down kind of a thing for the New Orleans Saints, and then it's unpredictable what they do at this point. But anyways, moving on here, we're gonna get to a serious note here for our next topic, and everybody knows what happened. You know, Craig Sager, and of course losing a 2-year fight with leukemia. And it was really awful and sad to hear that when Craig Sager. I mean, I wasn't a fan of Craig Sager's clothing line. You know, it's kind of questioned me, but it was what he did on the sidelines, what he was just an absolute legend at doing, and we're gonna talk about that here today. So basically, TNT broadcaster, and he was on TNT, of course. Craig Sager was remembered for his love of family, sports, and colorful attire, as I said before, at a memorial service Tuesday that produced laughs and tears. Among those attending were San Antonio Spurs coach Greg Popovich and members of Sager's Turner Sports TV family, including Ernie Johnson and Reggie Miller. And as I stated before, he was 65 years old, and he had a 2-year fight with acute myeloid leukemia. So that's basically what happened with Craig Sager. So, I mean, I'll still watch NBA on TNT like every once in a while when the season kind of gets going after a bit. I mean, Craig Sager did what he did best on the sidelines. Interviews, he made things entertaining, and he was just probably like one of the guys that just makes you want to feel good around when you were doing an interview. He didn't want to make you feel nervous. He wanted to make you feel comfortable on the sidelines while doing not just a post-game interview, but a sideline interview, like a halftime interview. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was fun to watch him, you know. Every time, you know, I wasn't like a big fan of him, but every time you watched him, you always had that little smirk on your face because you're like, you know, you just look at it and you're like, because it's like, he always had a smile, he always did the right thing, and, you know, it's sad because, you know, I've experienced a loss of 2 people in my life that had cancer, my grandmother and my mother. So after that loss, I almost got arrested. I almost got arrested because I punched the doctor in the face.
Don't talk about that. Please do not talk about that.
Yeah, but the fact is, you know, with cancer, it's worse than AIDS. It's so evil because especially leukemia. See, all you folks that don't know, leukemia is a blood cancer. So what it does is it attacks your white blood cells. So it basically makes it to where anything can kill you. Like, let's say you get a cold. Because your white blood cell count is low, the cold can actually kill you, and that's what a lot of people die from. It's not the leukemia in itself. It's like you get the flu and your white blood cell count is low. Guess what? The flu's going to have it's just going to go through your body and wreck you, and you're going to die. And that's what cancer makes. It looks like cancer is so bad. And if you do have cancer, and you're saying to yourself, like you're like one of the hippies that's, I'm not going to do leukemia, I'm not going to go do chemotherapy, I'm not going to do radiation. Get your ass down to the doctor, get yourself into the room, go see with your fucking hair, get yourself treated, and go. Because if you don't, guess what? You're going to die, and then you're going to leave your family, and if you have kids, you're going to make your kids sad, and all that stuff. You know what? There's people out there that are there to help you. Cancer Centers of America. There's people out there you can go out to, especially if you're a girl. Just because you lose your hair, don't be ashamed of yourself. You can always get a wig. You can go down to some of the hospice places and they'll give you a wig for free. You can go down, get yourself a hat, and wear it. My mom did it. My grandmother did it. So guess what? Get your asses off the couch. Go to your doctor. Go to your oncologist. Get your ass treated and go.
Well, I'm pretty sure Craig Sager did get treated, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't enough, though. to save his own life in one way, shape, or form.
Yes, but it helps. You know, and the treatment you may suck, you may throw up, you may have all this, but guess what? Side effects is something that's going to help you in the end. It's okay. You know what? And yes, it's okay to use weed while having your treatment because it will help you eat. And when you eat, you gain strength and all that stuff. So stop bitching and get your ass going.
Dang, that's quite a few words there from Lockmiller, who's usually full of himself. But hey, that was like the best advice I've heard all day. So
when it comes to cancer treatment, I don't care. Like I said, I lost my mother and my grandmother to cancer. So
that's understandable.
Guess what? Go do your treatments and shut the fuck up.
All right, well, let's keep the language down a little bit. But yeah, it would definitely help out the other people who have been diagnosed with this sort of thing. I mean, it's life's just never easy in general, and sometimes, you know, one way or another, it's gonna keep biting you over and over and over again. I mean, the world's not a friendly place, right? You know, because
and also with cancer as well. The older you get, the more likely you're gonna die because when you're older, your body can't take what the cancer is. If you're 20 years old and you're getting diagnosed with breast cancer and like that, who cares if you lose a titty? Go get yourself treated.
What? Okay, I mean the 20 years old part kind of threw a left couldn't have threw a freaking curveball, but hey.
Yeah. Well, breast cancer is a lot of times you get it, like for the girls, they get a tumor in their breast.
Yeah, I know what it is. I know what it is.
Yeah, so they have to do so, and a lot of women can say they don't want to do it because they don't want to lose their baby. Well, guess what, sweetheart?
Okay.
That's when you can't get the fake ones. And guess what? The fake ones never drop, so deal with it.
Okay. So we're getting a little bit off topic here. Going back to Craig Sager really quick, what was your most memorable moment that he did on the sidelines in the NBA?
You know, I can't tell you exactly what that is because just for me, I enjoy watching him just his smile and like the way he would talk to people. He didn't talk to people as if it was just a job. He talked to people as if they were people. And that's what a lot of sportscasters, you have to understand. When you do shows like this, I'm not just Cowboy Nick going out there, hey, I'm Cowboy Nick, go get some Cowboy Nick down there. When I'm talking to Kyle, making him laugh, making him feel stupid, or
at least he tries to.
Yeah, for me, it's my job. It's what makes Cowboy Nick. And with Kyle, Nodai, and myself, when you look at us, it's like looking at the Three Stooges. We make each other. We balance back and forth off each other. I may annoy his ass, but guess what? I do it because I have to do it, and it makes the show better. I mean, he may make me feel like a piece of shit, but you know what? In the end, it makes the show better. And that's what you look at when you look at great people. It's not about it's not about how they did it. It's about what they are doing, and that's what makes a show great. And that's what makes legends great. When you're doing the right thing, it's not always easy to do the right thing. Believe me, Kyle and me know this very well. We off of each other. Believe me. You just got to do it right. And Kyle can kind of explain what I'm talking about. Yep.
I kind of can, but with Cowboy Nick's mind, it's kind of a little far-fetched, as you would say. It's a little more eccentric because it's kind of confusing at times. And yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you're just a very confusing individual in person. I mean, can I put up with it? Yeah, obviously I can put up with it, and there's no doubt in my mind. But I mean, sometimes there's just to a point where you can just go far away off the deep end. I will have no idea what the hell you're talking about at times.
Well, yeah, there's times I thought to myself, oh shit, Kyle's gonna be like that guy on the sidelines where he's like in the straight jacket and everything, and they're like taking him off because of what I do. They're taking him off to like the crazy hospital. I'm just like, it's okay, buddy. Don't worry, we're all here to help you.
Yeah, it's going to be one of those moments where that happens, and then it's going to be to a point where I can't control you. And yeah, if I can't control you, then what's the point then, right? So anyways, real quick, my favorite moment of Craig Sager was that he would always, like, every time I would see him on TNT, he would always, like, well, not on TNT, but the Olympics. He would always do the Olympics, too. And that's what actually separated him from like the rest of the TNT sideliners, because he was a guy that always wanted to make people happy, not just in America, but all over the world though as well.
Yeah, like when he did this shit in the swimming thing talking about Michael Phelps, that was like one of the funniest things ever. How you talking about Michael Phelps? This may be his life, like this may be his last rodeo, but this won't be his last rodeo. Remember that?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I think I remember hearing that a little bit from somewhere, and that was actually a career-defining moment there for sure. But
it was fun. I couldn't stop laughing when I heard him say that.
All right, but anyways, moving on here really quick to our final topic of the day, which of course is, you guys know what it is. It's Hockeytown with Cowboy Nick. So yeah, I'll leave it to you, Cowboy. The floor is yours, man.
Yeah, how you doing, folks? Hey, welcome back, and don't forget this Sunday is time to spend with your family, open some gifts, and get happy. Get those. When it comes to gifts, before we get to the topics real quick, when it comes to gifts. Why is it that every time a grandmother, and I'm just saying this, why is it every time you get a gift from your grandmother, it always seems that you're getting underwear or sweaters? We'll answer that after this topic, but the main topic we're going to talk about today is we're going to talk about this, and I've been reading about this lately. It's bugging a lot of us fans, it's bugging a lot of people, but this is like one of those things that everyone's asking about. This week's big question. What do you think of the concussion protocol? Now, why are people asking about this? Is because a couple of people last week got hurt, and it's just crazy. And this is what is going on right now. Basically, Wayne Gretzky. In the old days, it was like taking 2 aspirin. You had to take 2 aspirin, come to practice tomorrow, skate for 2 hours, and you'll sweat it out. Well, we've come a long way. And just trying to recognize the what to protect in players the best way possible. Again, we've learned so much about concussions, and yet there are so much more to learn from every side of the doctor's point of view, from the athletic point of view. We're still at the beginnings of this. They have to do whatever they can to protect the athletes. Yes, basically like Wayne Gretzky is saying. Right now with concussions as well, they're still doing that. They're still telling you, hey, here, take an aspirin, we'll see you at practice tomorrow. And this is what another player, center for Austin Matthews, center for Toronto Maple Leafs. I think it's pretty important. All these head injuries today, it's really important stuff that can affect you long term. I think it's pretty important that they definitely make the right call and not take any chances on that. And it could be pretty, defining and everything. Basically, why they're talking about this is because of last night's game with the Minnesota Wild. Minnesota Wild's goaltender, his last name is Lemieux. At the end of the game, and at the last 2 seconds of the game, he blocked it. He blocked the goal and won the game for them. But when blocking the goal, his head hit the net. And he wearing his full helmet area. His head hit the net, and he left a dent so big in his head in the helmet that they had to call the medical staff over there, and they asked him what was his name, and he couldn't remember what his name was. And he was smiling, and they said, he got a concussion. And the main thing they did for him on the ice, which a lot of people and a lot of other players are saying, we don't want that, is they made him eat ice. And then we have another quote from the Anaheim Ducks, Kevin Blanken's defender from the Anaheim Ducks. I've seen our trainers ask defensemen, if you get hit there, how do you feel? I haven't been through it yet. I am not sure how it works. You can always trick a trainer if you want to. There's still lots of one-on players. I know reps will come by and ask you something if you think you can, if you got hit, or they'll tell the trainer, have a look at this guy in between periods. it's a good thing I know what they're trying to do because most of the time, they're way weird. We're not going to leave the game unless we do it. We don't know where we are unless we are confused, unless we're clearly concussed. A lot of these minor concussions were sometimes maybe we should step back. We would never do on our own. So it's good to have somebody else take over. This last quote, I'm going to read part of it, but I'm going to send Kyle the link for this later on, and he'll add it on to the video. It's David Becky, center for the Boston Bruins. I think it's necessary. It's similar to sometimes we did in St. Louis in my time. There you just get pulled away from a second. You get a chance to catch your breath and get a chance to talk with the doc. He gets a look at you and you have your own say, yeah, I'm feeling all right, or I'm just not feeling right. Those 10 minutes, they are always from the game. Could take you 10 games missed or 10 months missed. As in some of these cases, you are not getting the second concussion syndrome, which could be career-threatening. I think it's all a small inconvenience throughout the process of a game that could save you a lot of time. You only get one brain, and you want to take care of it. I will send Kyle the link. I will also post the link on my Facebook as well. And anyway, I'm going to get Kyle's opinion on what he thinks about what some of these players are tweeting about, what they're tweeting about these concussions. Kyle?
It's not fun. Concussions are not fun, no matter what the sport is. It could be football, baseball, even hockey, as you said. I mean, basketball, you can get concussions too if you're not careful, and especially soccer, you can get concussions. And I think the most likely you get concussions at is rugby, because rugby players, oh my lord, they gotta suffer through a lot every single day.
Yeah, but what do you think about what Wayne Gretzky said in the old days? All they would do to treat you for concussions is just give you an aspirin.
Well, that's what it was. That's what it was like that in the 90s. There was no, the technology wasn't huge like back, well, it was starting to become more frequent in the 90s, but it wasn't, as, common as you see it now, but all it needed to take was an aspirin, and yeah, that's basically what happened. That's all you had to do from there.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where you're saying to yourself, you're saying this, and I'm just gonna say this too, is you're just like, wow. And for me, when I see wow, I think to myself that it's great. And what do you think about what some teams are doing? And they're saying, oh yeah, just have some ice. What do you think about that? Like just giving the player ice.
Well, yeah, it does. It numbs the pain. It makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, but Kyle, if you had a concussion and I'm pulling you off the ice, and I said, "Here, Kyle, have some ice." What would you
just put it on my head. It would probably numb the pain away.
What would you think of actually eating the ice?
Just putting on my forehead. Yeah, but eating it, that would kind of ruin some stuff in my teeth, or I'd try to not rot my teeth out, but more like break it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and for me, it's just one of those things that when I think of this, I think to myself, there's that old saying, if you remember this, Kyle, a lot of people who won't remember this, who are younger, but remember that old saying, if you're truly thirsty, then drink, but if you're truly hungry, don't eat. Do you remember that? Do you remember that saying?
A little bit, yeah.
So yeah, and so it's just one of those things that it's just really crazy. And also, what I'm gonna have Kyle do too is I'm trying to get this right now. I'm trying to get this to him because this is the only topic we're gonna be doing right now, and I'm trying to get this to Kyle. But if Kyle can as well, as well. Can he go on ESPN, look down at the link is called this week's big questions. What do you think of concussion protocol on ESPN? If you can do that, Kyle, make sure you put that in the link for our show.
Yeah, I'll see what I can do with that.
Yeah, and that's all for today. I'm Cowboy Nick, and don't forget this as well. The road to the NHL Outdoor Classic, Outdoor Winter Classic is coming up soon. So be prepared. The free trial, the new episode for the free trial, which is going to be like, they're going to show which teams are working hard to get there. Take a look at that. And I'm Cowboy Nick, and back to you, Kyle.
And with that being said, we are out of here on today's show since we are out of time. And thank you guys so much for enjoying the show. And if you guys did enjoy the show, please drop a like, sub if you're new. Definitely helps my channel grow. And don't forget to subscribe to my main channel as well for like funny moments, Let's Plays, Call of Duty moments, and such like that. And don't forget for both of my channels, I know this is going to be coming in a few seconds, you hit the bell notification to stay up to date on live streams and new videos. So don't forget to remember that as well. So anyways, guys, I am Kyle the Pug, and for Cowboy Nick.
Yeehaw, Cowboy Nick, and Merry Christmas, and Feliz Navidad, and Boomer King.
Alright, and with that being said, I'm Kyle the Pug. I know I said that twice, and we'll see you guys Friday. For sure Friday, so yeah, I'll remember that, people, for sure on Friday. So have a good day, and as always, stay safe. Peace!
You've been out all night, I don't know where you've been. You're slurring all your words, not making any sense, but I don't fucking care.